Now it's on to data collection and procedure. Now, data collection is always important. You got to make sure that everything is accurate. I wanted to the survey was for all the engineering classes that goes to IED, POE, and IB Design Tech. At the time the survey was over, I counted it as a quiz grade, gave the kids a deadline to do it. The sample size was 22 kids, so I didn't consider. We're not trying to focus on cognitive ability here, as of because I have plenty of 504 and IEP students in all three classes, but I don't think for this study that needs to be considered. Uh, I did also an individual item analysis. So the one class that I've noticed that has a distinct drop off from both of my classes is the Principles of Engineering Design class. So I wanted to take an old assessment from earlier in the year, and then I grouped them based off of their participation score on their student growth uh, objective, or SGO. That's everybody know what an SGO is. So there was, so I went ahead and I did that, and to measure the preparation, I took their MAP scores in math. So the survey questions was broken down into three categories: determines their attitude, the curriculum, and the class organization. So these questions will determine and tell me how involved these students really are with their classwork. If you wanted to follow the questions, most of you guys should have the written report as well. So here's was the results from that. In Introduction to Engineering Design, 90% of the students say that their fellow classmates want to be engaged and they feel that they're engaged. So that's good. But 59% also says that they don't want the class to be more intensive. 50%, a half of the class says that the classrooms are unorganized, and 53% says it wants it to be more engineering based. Only 38% want more of a math connection, and that's telling because engineering is math. You know, if we're going to have kids matriculating on to Principles of Engineering Design, in which I saw some of the schedules, the students showed me some of the schedules for next year, and some of them have it. And I'm very concerned about their math scores, both in the classroom and their SATs, what they get on the park and what they get on the map. Is going to be very concerning for me that they don't have the right impression of the class in the first place. So that's very concerning and should be taken into consideration. 69% did say that they chose the class, but 15% said it was a word of mouth and an easy A. So IB Design Tech, I'm not going to go on them. So most people, if you reach the Design Tech, you're here in the first place. Although in some situations you have IB students who just want to be in the class just to learn, but they don't have the prerequisite skills necessary. So they both wanted to be in engineering, differentiating views on intensity and class size, but not enough to take a significant determination. So that's IB Design Tech. Principles of engineering. So there's 7 students in the entire class, and only 6 took the survey. 33% feel like they are motivating each other. That is absolutely unacceptable. Like, everybody should feel like they're motivating each other in a class, but that's partly because in introduction to engineering design, these kids like really didn't get a good idea of what engineering is all about, like the documentation process, and you know double cross checking your answers, conversion properties, double checking everything. They didn't get a good feeling of that, and it's starting to show. One student feels that math intensity should be increased. And that's telling also because once again goes back to optimization. Half the class think that the curriculum is not accessible. So, and I absolutely agree with them because usually I push work on Canvas, and from that work on Canvas it goes to the student, and then from the student then on. They want to they some of them really wants to be there, but they really can't access anything, and sometimes we have problems with Canvas, and it also can be because the scope, sequence, and organization of the class isn't really congruent from one another. So you really can't tell, you know, how students are performing, or they don't understand how this is going to matriculate onto something else.